Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have a battle here against GE2007, and he's a guy that came on my Twitch stream and wanted a match, and that's where I set most of these battles, if you guys didn't know. And the best way to get a battle is perhaps to come out to one of those. I usually try to do at least once a week at this point. It's a little hectic with the baby. But as you can see, he's carrying a very interesting team. But like I said, if you wanted to come out to a Twitch stream, it's usually I think it's going to be on the weekends from now on, either Saturday or Sunday, in the afternoon, Eastern time, Eastern US time. Anyway, but yeah, he has a very interesting team. He did request OU, so but he actually only carries a couple of OU Pokemon, so it's definitely going to be a team that I'm not really sure what to expect. So he leads with Togekiss, as I decide to lead with Landorus. I decide to U-turn to see what he does. I am Scarfed, and someone seemed to have a prediction in the chat that this thing would also be Scarfed, and I'm just going to go into Heat Ram because I resist Air Slash, and at a Fairy move, although I don't really know what Fairy moves Togekiss actually has. And he ends up going for the Air Slash, and it does a little bit more, actually, than I would have liked, so that's pretty interesting, and it looks to be maybe a modest Scarf Togekiss. Either way, he's going to go into Quagsire, which is a good switch-in, but I'm just going to be able to set up the Stealth Rocks, which are good things to set up, and in comes Latios, and as he just goes for a Scald, and that's not really going to do much to me. And thankfully, he does not get the burn, and I decide now to try for the trick, to cripple maybe the Quagsire in case he wants to try to go for an Ice Beam against me, assuming he maybe has it, but he ends up going into Togekiss, and yeah, it does confirm now to me that this thing is Choice Scarf. Now, one of the changes they made, I think, after Gen 4, or maybe it was after Gen 5, was if I trick a Choice Scarf and get a Choice Scarf in return, I can actually change my move. I know that worked differently in Gen 4 at least. Might have been different that way in Gen 5 as well, but now I can actually change my move. And I know that because someone did it against me a while ago. And yeah, I'm just going to go for a Psyshock and take out that Togekiss. As he just goes now into Kecleon, a Pokemon I actually used quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but I used a few times in Gen 4. Jimmy was known for it, and he got me onto it. And this thing can actually be kind of a special wall, but since Gen 4, it actually has a better ability. It has Protean, obviously, instead of Color Change, something that really does help it even more. And I'm just going to go into Buzzwall. He thinks I'm going to go for a fighting move, obviously, so he decides to go for the Shadow Snake, changing his type to Ghost type. I just go for a Leech Seed, so I believe that's resisted anyway, but it's still able to do damage now, and he's going to have to go out into something else. As he now goes out into this Ferrothorn, which is pretty clearly specially bulky. It takes the Leech Life for my Choice Scarf, what is this thing? Buzzwall, pretty well. And this team actually has 3 Choice Scarvers on it. I didn't actually notice that until, like, mid-battle. I'm like, wait, I have 3 Choice Scarvers on this team. I have the Landorus, I have the Buzzwall, and I have the Latios, so it's kind of funny. But it seems to work out, so I go into Mawile here, and that's one of the Pokemon I really wanted to use is this Mawile, and it's a revelation to me. I've never gotten to use Mega Mawile since it was Uber, throughout the entire Gen 6, and I didn't really use it. I didn't really battle when it was OU before. So I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, and this is kind of, I guess it's a fun little set I made, and it uses Sing because Sleep moves aren't expected from Mega Mawile, and it would let me set up a Swords Dance. Unfortunately, Sing also has really, really bad accuracy, so I go for it and miss, and I'm like, and he sets up the Leech Seeds, I'm like, no. And yeah, now he's going to Protect, which is a good move, and I'm just going to try Sing again. It's not obviously going to go through Protect. I'm like, okay, maybe the third time's the charm, and I can get this thing to sleep, and maybe then just switch out, because I really don't want to set up with Leech Seeds on me. So I go for it again, and I miss again. So much for the Sing Mawile set. I thought it would be fun to use, and obviously not very good. I should probably go with a more standard set on my Mawile. But I wanted to give it a try. You know, I know Sing is basically 50-50. I think it's actually 55%. I don't know how Sing misses so often, considering it's sound, and it's really not possible to miss with sound, but whatever. Gonna go into Heat Ran, as he just goes to the Protect, which is kind of obvious. And yeah, now he's gonna go into Kecleon, I guess to just Death Fodder it. I just go for Will-O-Wisp. I end up missing that, too. It's like, the 4th miss in a row or something? I don't know. So I'd now just go for the Will-O-Wisp. I probably could have just killed this Kecleon. I don't really know why I did that. But it is burned now, and that means it's going to be doing significantly less damage with this Drain Punch. And that's pretty cool. So, unfortunately, it's still, Proteans into the Fighting type, and does enough damage to heal itself, and I'm just going to switch out. I probably could have killed it with a Fire Blast, but well, I don't know. So going to Landorus, it gets me the Intimidate, which on top of the burn is obviously going to leave his Kecleon at a really, really, low attack point, so it's really not going to be... And if that wasn't enough, I also resist fighting, so, yeah, this top Kek thing is not going to be able to get around Landorus. Any switch, he's going to switch, and just goes back out into Ferrothorn, as I believe I just U-turn to see what he would do. It's a pretty good play for him, because he's going to be not taking that much on this Ferrothorn. She's obviously physically bulky, actually, which is kind of rare for a Ferrothorn. Most Ferrothorns are especially bulky, but his is pretty clearly physically bulky, EV'd that way. As I just go for a U-turn, as I said, and he's going to be basically doing more damage to me because of his item and his ability. And, yeah, I'm just going to go in a Heat Round because I'm pretty sure I can kill this thing with Fire Blast, as he now goes back in a Kecleon. And after the Bird and the Stealth Rocks, I am 99% sure. I know that Kecleons are also, usually specially bulky, but I'm pretty sure at this point I can definitely kill with a Fire Blast, and that's what I just do. And, yeah, he's going to go in a Quagsire here, and here, I knew at the very beginning I was going to forget about Zoroark, because that's just the way it is, and I see Nasty Plot, I'm like, oh, Nasty Plot Quagsire, that's a cool set. And at this point, I still don't get it, and I think it just clicks for me, like, as soon as I click my next move, I'm like, wait, this is not Quagsire, is it? I really should have been tipped off by the fact that this thing took full Stealth Rock damage, and not, a reduced amount of damage, but whatever. So he goes for a Flamethrower, and that gives me Flash Fire, so I'm not sure if he was freaking a switch, or he just kind of didn't know my Heat Ran ability, but that's really good for me, because now I'm like, wait, Quagsire can't learn Flamethrower. This thing is Zoroark, oh great, so... Now I'm just going to try to kill it, and yeah, it's just going to kill me first, though, with Night Days, so that sucks. I gave it a, so this thing's actually set up right now. It's with a, Nasty Plot, and that's pretty dangerous. I do have Keldeo, though, and I'm just going to go for a Secret Sword, and I am able to outspeed the Zoroark, and that is going to be able to murder face it, because it's a Dark type, and yeah, you pesky little Zoroark, get out of here. And Keldeo is one of those Pokemon that I think it's still UU in this generation. It's absolutely insane to me that Keldeo is UU. It's just ridiculously powerful and stuff. But yeah, there's definitely reasons for it. A lot of it has a hard time, I think, competing with the Tapus right now, and those are kind of everywhere. Keldeo kind of gets checked by I think literally all of them. So yeah. Anyway, so he's gonna go ahead and Leech Seeds me, and he barely does survive my Secret Sword, which is kind of annoying. And I'm just going to go into Latios, I guess, and I do that because I know the Protect is coming, and I just want to go out into this so I can... I don't know why I don't just kill it. Actually, that seems like a pretty bad miss. Oh, you know why I did that? I did that just in case he went into Quagsire. I was thinking he was going to go into Quagsire, so I wanted to trick the Quagsire a Choice Scarf. That was what my reasoning was. Instead, he actually just stays in and goes for the Gyro Ball, and it ends up being a double knockout because he dies to his own Rocky Helmet, which I received, so that's not really the worst thing that could happen, but this Quagsire could still be pretty annoying to me. I don't really have a lot of ways around it, so, yeah, I'm just gonna, just go for the U-turn, because I really don't want to obviously stay in with Landorus, because Quagsire is a pretty good check for that. And, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and switch out. And I switch out into my Keldeo again, hoping I get some decent damage with one of my moves. Now these things usually are going to be unaware. That's one of the reasons that Quagsire is used so much. But in the back of my mind, it still could be Water Absorb, because, some people run Water Absorb just to be tricky there. So I decided just to go for a Secret Sword. It looks to be a solid 2-hit KO, so that's not too bad. He does have Earthquake. He's going to use that. And, yeah, it doesn't quite kill Keldeo, which is really nice. Although I think I have 2 more turns that I can survive. Like, I have 1 more hit and then a hit after that. Now, he's going to go into his last Pokemon here, Victini. And, I thought at first that he was doing this... Well, I just go for the Secret Sword. So that resisted. I'm like, okay, is this Victini Choice Scarf? Because it's Choice Scarf. It can actually possibly kill my team. But then he makes a really interesting play, and he just goes back into Quagsire. So... At first, I was like, oh, crap, this thing's Water Absorb, and I just, played right into his hands, because I clicked on Scald. Unfortunately, it is not Water Absorb for him, so I'm just able to take out the Quagsire. I think he said that he switched into Victini because he thought Keldeo would die to his next Life Orb hit. Thankfully, I did survive at 1 HP after that Life Orb hit, and that means he's just going to sack his Quagsire in order to get rid of my Keldeo, and he's hoping to win Victini here, but... unfortunately for him, I believe his Victini is Choice Banded, not Scarfed, So my Landorus is able to outspeed and kill that Victini, and that is game. So GG there. GE2007 was a nice match, and today's question of the day is, what is your favorite playthrough on YouTube? It can be one of mine or one of anyone else's, or Let's Play, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. I still cringe at that name. I really don't like it. But, so yeah, what's your favorite Let's Play / playthrough or whatever on YouTube? Name the YouTuber and the series. So leave a comment about that, and it could be Pokemon or anything else, by the way, as long as it's a video game. So leave a comment about that, and see you guys next time. Later.